So, hey, you guys, I'm sitting here working, I work from home, and I'm gonna just jump right into it. Of course, everybody's been talking about Ariane and Martell and Melody, and really Ariane breaking down on live, not really even realizing she's breaking down on live. I didn't come on here to bash anybody. I actually want to give Ariane a little bit of grace, right? And I say that because I've been in Ariane's shoes, right? I was 19 years old when I met this married man. Now, I did not know the man was married when I met him. I found out a few weeks later that he was married from his cousin. Now, at that point, people say, you should have walked away. When he told you he was married, you should have walked away. And that is true. But the truth is, I didn't walk away. I was 19 and didn't give a fuck. It's the truth. I had nothing to lose. 19, didn't give a fuck. He was 29, had a family, had children, had a business. Ain't bothering me none. Fine. Me and this man was in a relationship for 3 years. 3 years, right? And I totally understand the mind games Martell has played with Ariane. Now, granted, I didn't have the same situation in regards to dealing with the wife and all of that because his wife never found out. His wife never found out. I played my position. I understood the assignment. I understood what it was. I never expected him to leave his wife. It was never a conversation or an expectation. If that's what he wanted to do, then that was fine. I didn't feel no type of way. My bills was getting paid for. My rent was paid. My utilities was paid. I didn't really care one way or the other if he left the lady or not. Again, that was from 19 to 21. 22. But don't nobody give a fuck what's going on at that age. Now, she keeps saying she was young, she was 22, she was 22. Now, by the time I was 23, I had gotten married myself. So, you know. So I understand where she's coming from. When you're young and you're impressionable and this older man is trying to holler at you and he's pursuing you, as she would say. But they're only pursuing you for their benefit. They're not pursuing you because they want to make your life better. They're not pursuing you because they want to build with you. They're not pursuing you because they want a family with you. They're pursuing you because you're young, you're dumb, and you're full of cum. As my grandmother and mother and uncles have all told me. You young, you dumb, and you full of cum. You don't think. You don't think about the consequences of your actions. You don't think about, being disrespectful to this other woman. You don't do any of that. But Ariane, I offer you this because I've been in your shoes. Now, I didn't stay for 7 years, but I've been in your shoes, right? And I played every position that you can possibly play. And most women have. Most women have played all the positions. Side, main, slide, situationship, whatever. Most people have played all the roles. And yeah, there may be the few that haven't dealt with a married man. Ain't nobody gonna brag about that because it's bullshit. It's bullshit because they lie to you just like they lying to her. And hopefully, you never had to come in contact with her. It never gets to that. You shouldn't be in the situation anyway, but hopefully you never have to deal or come in contact with the wife at all. And that was my situation. I never came in contact with this lady. I never seen this lady. Nothing. Out of all of those years, never. He was that good about, he was a Marceau, as we would say. He was that good about keeping things separate. You here, you there, and I'm taking care of everything. Everybody's fine. Ain't nobody complaining. Ain't nobody looking for nothing. And that's what he did. Martell was the dummy. Martell gave Melody all the reasons to look for what the hell was going on. And I'm dealing with you because you are the one that won't go away. You're persistent. But let me explain this, Ariane. We don't know you from the show. When the show started, they said he was cheating. They didn't ever mention the name or any of that. For me, when they found you, You was on live talking about it. And that's what got on YouTube. And that's how everybody decided, well, not decided, that's how everybody was introduced to you. Now, granted, had they not talked about it on the show, all right, nobody would have looked for it. At the same time, had you not responded and made yourself known, that would have went away. It wouldn't have been a conversation because there was no details. And if there's no details, people don't stay interested. But because you made yourself known and present, because you felt some type of way that they was talking about you, and sweetheart, they really wasn't. She was saying in general, she's tired of his bullshit. And the fact that I have to keep dealing with you with the same woman, it's not that he was obsessed with you. You were easy. And that's not a bad thing. Again, like you said, you were young. So you was easy. You was available. This nice, fine-ass man is coming for me, so to speak. And at 22, 23, 24, Martell's fucking appealing. All right, I give you that. But at some point in those 7 years, like when I was in my situation with that man, there was a come to Jesus moment, right? Because you know the whole time what you're doing ain't right. You know that shit ain't right. You know that shit's disrespectful to that woman, whether you know her or not. This shit's disrespectful. It ain't like she's his girlfriend. This is the woman he chose to put a ring on. The woman he chose to sign the paperwork with. Now, it ain't a badge of honor to be chose to get the ring or whatever. Like, you know, some people try to make it seem. It's great that that's where we are in our relationship, but it ain't a badge. That's where we are in a relationship. We decided that we done. We together. It's what we doing. But he chose that with somebody else. He didn't choose that with you. But at some point in those years, you realize this shit is not cool. Let me... And it is hard to get out. It is hard to get out. I understand you, sweetheart. It's hard. But what you don't do is make yourself look dumb in the process of getting out. And you going on live, going off, having all this vendetta against wives? For what? At the end of the day, Martell was wrong, period. Ariane, you're wrong, period. And the venom you have for Melody is misdirected, period. Melody only came for you because you made yourself known to her. And and this is gonna sound crazy, but somebody that decided to relegate themselves to side chick, have some respect about yourself. Know your role, play your position, shut the fuck up. You get more. If that's the role you're gonna play, you get more if that's what you do. But if you become a nuisance to that man, you become a problem for that man, then you're going to see what his wife was getting. Because that's why he came to you, because he felt like she was being a nuisance all of a sudden, and she was a problem. So now you're going to feel what she had been feeling, and that's where you're at with it. And so now that he's decided not to put down Melody, he's back to putting down you. And you have to, as a woman, no longer justify it. Right? Matter of fact, it's in your best interest to just not even address it no more. Don't even talk about it. When you go on live or when you go on your Instagram or your Twitter or whatever, promote your business and be done with it. Like all the YouTubers have been telling you since you keep talking about YouTubers making money off of you and you not making money off yourself, sweetheart, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. And every video that I've watched of the YouTubers talking about you, they're all telling you, put this on your own YouTube. Put it on your own. But you, like the lady Gigi told you the other night, you have not been dealt with internally enough yet to bow out gracefully. And ultimately, every woman that goes through the process of relegating themselves to a mistress or a side chick, 9 times out of 10 comes to a come to Jesus meeting with they self and realize I'm not getting nowhere in this. This ain't doing nothing for my life. It's bullshit. And all it's doing is causing me strife. What am I sticking here out here for? Some people come out immediately Some people take 7 years, sweetheart. But just know, every woman, and nobody's saying nothing different, but because you got it stuck in your head that you're the only one that's been through this, but that's again because you're a little immature in your thinking to think that no other woman has been through this. Damn near every woman has been through this. And when they come on your live and they make these YouTube videos and they trying to tell you something, they're not telling you out of spite. And nobody's telling you that because they hate you. People low-key feel a little bad and they trying to like give you some type of knowledge because it seems as if you have nobody in your corner, in your life, telling you, hey, this ain't the way, Sway. This ain't the way, Sway. And it's also the same reason that Marsau told Martell she's not the one. Martell told Marsau told Martell that she's not the one because she didn't have nothing to lose. You can't deal with somebody in your outside of your marriage that doesn't have anything to lose. And that's why we'll never find, if it is something to find about Marsau. Marsau is smart enough, he's a country nigga, one, and he's smart enough to know that if I'm going to cheat on my wife, she either has to have something to lose too, or the temperament to not be volatile, to not be so argumentative, to see where she's at with it, where she at in her mind with it. Martell seen you for your works in the beginning, and he knew you was volatile, and that's why he picked you. Because he knew that he could manipulate you. He's been playing your puppet strings. And now that you're seeing that with him doing these interviews, and you've been a peasant, and you've been the 15%, and then you say, he said he didn't even say that. So again, you know he's lying, because we all know he said that, because otherwise we wouldn't be talking about it. So, you know, Arian, I pray for your deliverance from this situation. Because ultimately, being with a married man, although it could be fun if you play your cards right and all of that shit, but ultimately you pay for that shit on the back end. You pay for it. You pay for it. I'm a married woman now, and I still feel like karma is going to come for me at some point. Even when things go on, I feel like that's my karma for dealing with that woman's husband. And I had no business. I had no business doing that. But you did it. You learn from it. You don't have babies. That's where you fucked up. Why would you have that baby? Girl, you don't be stuck with the evidence that you was with the married man. I myself am a product of a married man relationship. Like, so you don't ever want to have the reminder that this is how this child came to be, and this was a situation that you happened to be in at the time, and you got to deal with this nigga for the rest of your life. Why? Why would you put yourself in that position? The same thing I asked my mother. Why would you put yourself in that position to have to deal with this man the rest of your life and have everybody know what you been up to? That's all a baby does. If you don't tell it outright, a baby damn sure tells it. So hopefully, you know, you get yourself together. Stay off social media. Focus on your kids. Focus on your business. You say you got a degree in biology. Girl, go to NASA. Go get a job. Like, go get a career. You don't even have to get a job. You have a degree in biology? Go get a career. You don't have to depend on Martell. You don't have to wait for Martell. And I don't know if your business is successful or not. I don't follow you on Instagram. I don't see nobody talking about the business ever. I only see you talking about the business when you making subs and Melody. So again, it's not the wives that are out here against you. Okay? 9 times out of 10, every wife, I ain't gonna say every wife, 7 wives out of 10 have played the side chick role before. And 10 out of 10 have all been a slide at some point in their life. That's the fact of the matter. So the immature thinking of nobody else understands, that's what we think when we in our teens, in our 20s. Nobody understands what I'm going through. Nobody understands what I'm going through. When you get grown and you mature, you realize everything that old lady under that tree was telling you was the absolute truth. And so you become that, and you pay more attention to that. And what Gigi was trying to tell you was that you would no longer justify your actions with I was wrong, but I was young. I was wrong, but he pursued me. I was wrong, but he came for me. I was wrong, but he called me. I was wrong, he's calling me now. It could just be, I was wrong, moving on. So here, I hope you hear this. I hope you're going to take it no type of way. I'm 40, so I'm one of those old bitter bitches you keep referring to. But it is what it is. We all feel like that. And you'll get past it. You'll get over it. But you have to want to get over it. And you have to stop responding to the bullshit. You know the situation was bullshit. So just let it be. Make yourself better. Focus on you. And have a good rest of your life. Have a good rest of your life. Piss that nigga off. That's what you do. Because that's what Melody has done. She's pissed this nigga off by being more successful by herself than she was with him. And ma'am, he respects that. All men respect the woman's hustle hand. Period. They respect the woman's hustle hand. And it doesn't seem that you have any hustle. So you leave him nothing to respect. But your hair? You know. As we see, he's at strip clubs getting it in. So the hair thing is not really a big deal to him. So yeah. So that's kind of been on my heart. Just wanted to put that out there. Wasn't even sure if I was going to even post this, but we'll see what happens.